I was going to go over kind of a light, maybe T trench or a Y trench for this, just to go over it. Anyway, let me go ahead. I'm inside of a bid item, so this is going to be bid item under the group general and then the 12-inch storm sewer pipe, and I'm associating it with those bid items. So I'm going to hit the plus button here, and then I have the option to do a trench group. So if you wanted to do like storm sewer, or if you wanted to do just delineate something more underneath rather than it just being a trench, you can create that trench group. So I could create like SP could be sewer pipe. And then underneath that group, I could hit the plus button. And then now we're going to insert the trench for 12-inch sewer pipe. Okay. If you have the start and stop stations, you can put those in there, but those are optional. We need the width and the height. It's almost always lineal foot. And then it's going to ask how much this or how long this trench is. And then we're going to just take this quantity up here. So 3525, and then it's going to be lineal foot. And then the excavation volume and spoils are going to be in cubic yards here. Hit finish. And then now this is going to be where we start to build our trench. So it's automatically taken into consideration the length of our trench because that's what we put in. And then we start to dig the trench out. So it's going to ask how deep are we digging the trench? And we can just say it's 5 foot deep. And then we have the width top and bottom. So maybe we'll just say it's 3 foot vertical. And then this is going to be a straight up and down trench. But let's say actually the trench is going to be a T trench where it comes out over here and then comes up to the top. What we can do is add another depth section right here. And let's say that this actually needs to be 8 feet deep total. So we could say it is 3 foot deep here. And then maybe we could say that the top width is, let's say, 6 feet. And we hit OK. And that's going to create that T-like structure on the top. Now, maybe the width, are bigger or smaller than you need, so you can always open that up a little more by clicking and dragging if you want to. So it could go all the way to about 8 feet. Oh, man. There you go. Whew, right on the money. And notice as I was adjusting this, the volume excavated and the total spoils are being calculated kind of automatically. And then we're going to put our fill sections in here. Okay, so this is going to be embedment, or you can call it subgrade, just depending. Typically, you put about half a foot in there or 6 inches of like rock. So we'll just call this green. And then the material is going to be aggregate and then rock. And then I'll say I'm putting 3/4 inch crush rock in here. And then maybe there's like a 3% waste because rocks aren't going to shrink and fluff. And then whatever the weight is if you don't have it, automatically calculated. So I'll say it's like 1.59 tons per cubic yard. So I hit OK. We are going to create a new one. And that's going to say that I need 320.72 tons of this material for this entire trench. Okay, then we put the pipe on top of that. So this is going to be the 12-inch sewer pipe. The distance from the subgrade is going to be 0.5 because you want it sitting right on top of the embedment down here. The distance from center, you can do a negative number and it'll put it on the left side of the trench, or you can do a positive number and you can put it on the right side of the trench. So if you needed to actually put 2 down here, you could put 1 on the left and 1 on the right. I think they call that like a dual barrel run or something like that. I will keep the pipe color as black. And then I'm going to go pick my pipe in here. Oh, where did it go? Where did my pipe go? Is it not associated to anything? 1 second. Materials. It does not. All right. Okay. Here we are. Pipe. Corrugated steel. Here we are. Bam. And then it is going to be 12 inches. If you know the wall thickness, you can put that in there. And then we're going to hit OK. Is this? Is that? Is it not? Oh, where are we? Inch. 12 inches. Should be fine. What are you talking about? All right, whatever. Now it's not even here. Now it doesn't exist. Why won't it let me put 12 inches? It's not bigger because this is 3 foot wide. 12 inches is only 1 foot. So what's the problem? Oh, okay. All right. Anyway, he just wanted to give me some problems. All right, so once we put the pipe in there, we need to put something, typically sand, or maybe some more crushed rock in and around the pipe, up, to 1.5 feet above is typically what people do. So once again, we can just hit the plus button on the fill sections, and then just call this fill. And then we want to do probably, what is it, like 2.5 here. And then we could call this green again, and then use the same material or pick another material. Sometimes people put sand. So they could, you could put sand there if you wanted to. 1.59 because I don't have it put in there, and I said it was about a 3% waste here. Hit OK, and then we can hit use. All right, so now we have the rest of it. It's calculating this portion, and it's calculating this portion down here at the bottom. And then let's say we're going to fill this up with native all the way to the top from here, and then compact it down. We can just create another fill section, and it's going to automatically fill the next 5 feet of native. And then I like to make native brown just because it's dirt. And then we could do maybe a 2% shrink and fluff, and then maybe a 2% waste here. And then hit OK. And that's going to fill up the rest of this trench with our native. And then it's going to take the amount that we're using into consideration when we're talking about spoils. So we overall excavated 5,091 cubic yards of the native out. And then we're using 4,073 cubic yards. So that leaves us with 1,175 that we would need to move or, put somewhere else or truck out. So that's, we hit OK there. And then once we close this, it should automatically adjust and show what our total tonnages are. So I had 2 of these. I had the 3/4 inch crush rock that I created for the very bottom, the embedment, just to show that it could be something different. And then we have the 1,400 tons of the 3/4 inch crush rock that goes, around the pipe and above it. And then we have our 3,525 lineal foot of the corrugated sewer pipe. And then that was the crew that we already had in here. But that's how the T-trench is made.